Back when I was driving the Leopard 1 for the first time, I really didn't quite enjoy the tank. I would say I was very clumsy with it, and at the time I said that this might very well be one of the worst tier 6 medium tanks in the game. Well, I pulled those words back because I've had so much fun with this thing. I've started to play it so much better. It was I had a classic example of skill issue in my case here. So I'll show you some of the games that I've had with this vehicle. Again, this tank is awesome. Might very well be right behind the T-54 when it comes to how good this vehicle is. Now, the Leopard is still quite paper. It doesn't have much armor, its protection basically non-existent, and the ammo is stored on the front of the vehicle, so it's very easy to get ammo racked. So with this vehicle you have to rely on its speed, you have to also rely on cover. Now its turret is okay, the turrets, the main gun can take some hits and you might survive a hit or two in the turret, but I would still say that cover stealth is still the way to go. Don't get hit. This vehicle goes 65 km per hour, in reverse 25 km per hour. This reverse speed is very nice, and the tank is very responsive to the throttle. 105mm main gun with insane penetration. This can penetrate up to 400mm, I believe, with the heat ammo, although I don't really use heat in most cases. I usually prefer to use APDS because the APDS is more than enough to basically penetrate any vehicle in its tier. It reloads very quickly, 6.7 seconds, which also is, I would say, very nice. And overall, it has a very fast rotating turret. So this tank might be difficult to drive, but it doesn't really suck. It's a very fun to drive vehicle. When it comes to upgrades, well, I'm almost maxing it. It will be maxed out very soon. Basically it's rank 60 now, but I still am doing really well with this thing even at this current rank, and overall I really changed my changed my view on the Leopard. It's a very nice tank, and well, let me show you some gameplay. Okay, we are jumping in the first match. And let's see what I'll do here. So this is Japan, I think one of players' favorite maps in the game at the moment, and I usually like to go hug a certain rock when I'm playing this map, although that position seems to be, well, not exactly the best, but it has a very good cover. It's very good cover, so you can basically make only a very small portion of your turret visible. Since this tank is quite tall, you can take advantage of tall cover, and this is basically the position that you can go to. Only your gun is basically visible, and you have a very good view on the incoming tanks. So let's say T-10A, I'm trying to hit the ammo, although sometimes it doesn't penetrate. I'll just go shoot the lower plate. Usually the ammo is located very close to the tracks. You can see that on the X-ray camera. You can also peek backwards or forwards. You cover 3 positions from this area, and this is the map where this is the game mode where you have to protect your base and capture enemy base, or basically kill all enemy vehicles. I have some hash ammo that I use as high explosive against lightly armored vehicles, SBAAs, and things like that. Now, since this is a high tier game, jet aircraft are quite common. And let me see where will I drop these 5 bombs or 4 bombs, 5 bombs in this. Well, I just dropped them on the vast majority of enemy tanks. I'm also trying to get all the missions done so I can get the war bonds and stuff like that. I got 1 kill, okay, with 1 kill with the bombs and the other kill with the tank. This gun can penetrate every vehicle in its tier. It can also penetrate the rank 7 vehicles, And also it's worth to note that even rank 4, tier 4, tier 5 vehicles are going to be able to penetrate your frontal armor, since again the Leopard has basically no frontal armor, it's paper. And when I was drawing the tank for the first time, the lack of armor definitely felt weird for me, because I was driving the T-54 and if you angle that tank correctly, it will bounce a lot of shells. With the Leopard you have to rely on cover, speed and maneuverability to basically not get killed, since again this tank has no armor and the ammo is very nicely stored at the front end of the tank, so any shell that goes in, if it hits the lower plate or anywhere close to the lower plate, it will probably detonate the ammo. So in order to prevent that, you have to basically use the terrain to your advantage. The turret is nice, but 80 GMs and some high caliber, high explosive shells can overpressure, so you have to be careful not to let the turret take a hit. Although if it does take a hit, the chances to survive are greater than the chances to survive a direct hit to the hull of the vehicle. Well, I'm doing pretty well so far. Now, with APDS, you also have to kind of aim you have to aim at certain spots of the tank if you want to basically kill the tank in one hit, since lightly armored vehicles will probably overpressure. It will overpressure light armored vehicles, so you have to basically aim for the ammo or for the fuel, engine and things like that. Well, I did have very nice kill count with the bombs there. That was quite funny, to be honest. I don't know how many kills I had with bombs. I think it was like 4 or 5 or something. So that was a very nice bombing run, and I have 2 kills now. Alright, perfect. Now the Leopard doesn't really forgive mistakes. That's also one thing that you have to keep in mind. The tank is again paper, and you cannot really afford to take any hits. Any incoming hit basically can disable the tank in the first round. So stealth is still the way to go, and that's why I would see a lot of players having trouble with this vehicle, because it is really difficult to drive. It is rewarding if you know what you're doing with it, but if you're starting, it would be definitely a rough start at first. Now, not a rough start because it can penetrate. That was the problem with the M47. The M47 had a very rough start because of the ammo type that it has. It has only AP-CBC ammo. When you're starting, I think it was AP-CBC or something along those lines. So you are not able to penetrate a lot of vehicles within the tier. You have to rely on the maneuverability to get around and shoot them at the side or at the back. With this vehicle, the only problem that you will probably face when you're starting with it is basically the non-existent armor. I know players who are used to armor will have a rough start with the Leopard, but I encourage you to give the tank a try, because this tank is honestly incredibly fun, and it is very effective in combat. That 105mm gun just shreds anything to pieces. It is very strong, and the ammo that you get with it is also fantastic. I would say the ammo is definitely the best part of the tank. APDS by default is fantastic, and the hit you also get afterwards is also nice. Although again, I personally don't really use heat much. I rely on APDS in most cases. Very rarely, when I have to change the ammo, I do, but that happens again very rarely. It doesn't happen that often. Well then, also have to remember that the IS-2 can penetrate the frontal armor, and that 122mm cannon can definitely disable this tank in one shot. Doesn't matter where it hits, it will disable the tank in one shot, since it is a high caliber shell. It still has enough penetration to go through the armor, and has enough damage to basically knock everything out. So not getting hit is the way to go. Also, I really do like how all of these vehicles are different. All the rank 6 vehicles are quite different from each other. I think I might go and try to shoot Hesh at the IS. Just shoot the commander with high explosive. I think that's the next thing that I'll do. I'll give it a couple more tries with APDS and then I'll go switch to Hesh. Yeah, I'll switch to Hesh. I disabled its main gun so it can shoot at me. I have enough time to aim. There we go. Overpressured. 105mm has enough explosive to overpressure a IS-2, and I believe it can also overpressure a T-54, but you also don't need to do that because your main gun has enough penetrating power to just go through the frontal armor of the T-54. And well, so far 22 kills with the Leopard. This tank is honestly ridiculously fun. It does rely on skill a lot. It's a very skill dependent tank and it doesn't really forgive mistakes. It's a glass cannon, as the popular term would suggest. Nothing bad with that. It just means that it's a bit more difficult to drive and overall relies on skill to do good. And there are some maps that are definitely more easier. Then there are some maps that are definitely a bit more difficult to play with this vehicle. So that's basically the thing that you should keep in mind while driving this tank. Okay, let's go to the next match. Now, I'll show you. I mean, you can basically replicate the same positions that I'm taking here because these positions so far have proven to be really good. And I usually go here when I want to get a very good score or similar, because leveling up is definitely something that can be a bit difficult. That was the first kill. That was a Centurion. It was a very good hit actually. Hit the lower part of the tank, right where the ammo is stored, and the tank blew up. So this is one of the occasions where you shoot and you pull back in cover. Then when the shell is loaded, you peek around, shoot, and then go back to cover. The excellent reverse speed and excellent acceleration really make this vehicle stand out from all of the other tier 6 vehicles when it comes to maneuverability, since again it moves around very quickly, and maneuverability is a very important factor when it comes to combat. I personally like my tanks to be fast. I also like my tanks to have armor, although sometimes you can have both. If you have a lot of armor, then the vehicle is heavier and it's going to be slower. If you have less armor, your vehicle is going to be lighter and more fast. And you combine that with a very good engine, and this thing does have a very interesting engine. It works really well with that combination. Well, that's object saved to the AMX, although I have to be careful. The AMX can penetrate the frontal armor, so basically I have to peek around, shoot, and go back. See, I got hit, but they hit my turret, and the turret and the gun mantlet can easily block some hits. Although again, I wouldn't be really relying on that. So every time you bounce a hit, count that as being lucky, since again this thing has no armor and can't really rely on armor when there is no armor to rely on. Also, accuracy is very important. APDS ammo does do good damage. It has very good penetration, but you have to aim at the weak spots. You have to aim for the ammo, for the fuel tank, for the engine block, for the crew. It's definitely much better than APCR, that's for sure, and it's better than all the AP ammo, AP shells, but you have to be accurate with it if you want to ensure a one-shot kill. It does a lot of damage when you in the area where it hits first. So if the ammo is basically stored nearby, there's a good chance that the tank will just explode. And I am at 7 kills. Well, about to be 8 kills. If I can manage to kill that T10A. Or not, it bounced. Oh well, okay. Someone else got the kill. Also have to be careful around ATGMs. ATGMs do a lot of damage. That was right in the... That was... yeah, Karoo knocked out. Okay, it was still a good shot. T10A, Karoo knocked out. A very nice hit as well. So that's basically how I play around with the Leopard. It is surprisingly a very fun vehicle to drive. Skill reliant, skill dependent, difficult to operate, definitely. But once you get used to it, this thing will be extremely fun. And I honestly starting to enjoy this tank a lot more than I used to enjoy the T-54. The T-54 is nice. It is a very good vehicle, but I don't know, there is something about this thing that I find more enjoyable. Now, SPAAs are not going to be a big problem. You can easily take hits from them, except if they have a missile or ATGM. In that case, you have to be careful. But the Kugelblitz isn't really a threat, and I'm trying to kill it with all sorts of ammo, but for some reason it just does not want to die. Finally it did. Okay, it burned down. That was a very lucky Kugelblitz. Should have aimed at the turret with the hash ammo. Would basically overpressure it, but okay. The hash on this is usually not really, well, that hash like. It is basically look at it as high explosive with, well, look at it as high explosive. I don't really use that for penetrating anything except lightly armored vehicles, because it's not going to do much on most tanks when you hit their front. I also love how when I shoot at the ammo on the T-54, it's like completely random. Sometimes it hits just the fuel, sometimes the shell stops in the fuel, sometimes it goes through the ammo and nothing happens. That tank is just a troll machine. And your side armor is also very weak, although ironically I survived more shots to the side than I survived shots to the front, because of how hollow the tank is. This tank is actually quite hollow, and the ammo isn't really stored inside, so it survives hits more often from the side than from the front, which is quite hilarious, to be honest, but it is just how it is. And I am at 12 kills with the Leopard. Still waiting for more tanks to show up around the corner. That doesn't seem to be happening though, which is totally fine, honestly. 12 kills is more than enough. Just waiting to see if something else pops around the corner there. And the performance of the Leopard 1 makes me very excited about the performance of the Leopard A1A1, although I'll drive that tank after I buy the STRV. First I have to get the new vehicles, the new tanks, sure, before I go and get the other Leopard, because it's the new vehicle, new rank, and I think it's going to be very fun to drive, so might as well go and get it first, and then I'll get the A1A1. I believe I'll have fun with both, honestly. Very excited to see how that STRV performs. Has a very sloped armor, and it kind of has some protection from heat high explosive and ATGMs, although you have to cover the lower part of the vehicle. So all that makes me very interested to see how it will perform. Might be good, might be bad, but we'll see. I say most of the vehicles are pretty fun to drive, so I don't really go along the lines of this is bad, this is good. I just go and try them out for myself and see how things go. Well, I think the match is going to be won. There is no way we lose this. Yeah, there we go. That was a victory. That was a very nice victory. Well, the Leopard definitely does shine very well. It's a very nice vehicle. I love it. Okay, let's do one more match. And let's see, it's Japan, and it's this game mode again, although this time I was thrown a bit late in the game. Already been the battle has been already ongoing for a while, which is fine. I'll just go and reach my destination, which is the rock over there. I just hope that no one else went to the rock. Although this thing is very fast when you go forward, so it's not a big issue at all. It's a speedy tank, and you can get to your desired location very quickly. Well, I think it'll be this also looks like a very nice spot. This is the spot that I was looking for. Perfect. T-54, and well, that I don't know what happened there. The shell just did not wanna go where I was looking at. T-54 dead, ammo destroyed. Let's quickly clear the field from all of these enemy tanks first. Let's aim at the ammo. There we go. Ammunition exploded. Let's aim at the ammo on the other T-54, which is in the back of the turret. Ammo exploded. Next, we have a object, but from the side there is a T-54. Let's blow up the object. Ammo blown up. Now that T-54 from the side can be problematic, have to be careful around it. That was a nice hit, but unfortunately it didn't penetrate. Should have went in, but it didn't. T-54 turned back, right in the ammo. That was a very nice kill as well. Let's see, T-54 at the top of the hill. Critical hit. Killed vast majority of crew, set the tank on fire. And second shell detonated the ammo. Was a very good hit. Next, T-10A, aiming for the ammo at the back of the turret, and I hit the ammo at the back of the turret. Perfect. I went in late in the game, but still nonetheless didn't stop me from causing absolute chaos. I hit the engine on the T-10A, although I have to kill it because yeah, there we go. I still don't trust having that thing on my side. Kill number 8, kill number 9. A very nice hit at the ammo. We have 2 tanks on my side. That was a miss. Have to disable these 2 T-10As. Okay, that's 1 left. And that somehow didn't go where I was aiming at, which is fine. I have a quick reload, so it's not a big deal. Although I have to be very careful what I'm doing here, because there's tanks all over the place, and I don't want to accidentally get exposed too much, because that's going to be bad. Okay, set the object on fire. Someone else got the kill. There's one more tank on my left, but I'll just leave that for later. At least for now, I have to focus on what's in front of me. I hit the rock. That was bad. That was a bad shot. The machine guns are good on the Leopard. And someone stole my kill again, which is fine. We have a T-10A which is looking at me. I didn't have the ammo, so didn't have the shell loaded, so it was a little bit of a risk. There is another tank over there as well. That T-10A has to be killed next. Or should I say I have to kill which one? There's the tanks all over the place around me. Let's go with the closest one. That would be that one behind me. Okay, someone else got a kill again. Stolen. Stolen again. That's a M60 main battle tank. I did hit the gunner and I hit the engine, so that tank probably cannot shoot. Which means I can peek around the corner and take a shot at which one? Let's see. It's a bit dangerous now. There's tanks everywhere. Okay, the M60. There we go. Crew knocked out. That tank had to be destroyed. It also has APDS ammo and a very good gun. T10. Well, there's two of them. I got hit, but the shell overpenetrated and didn't do much damage. They have been using the wrong ammo for me. In this case, that was a bit lucky. Okay, next T10A, ammo detonated. I'll try to launch artillery, and I have to destroy that tank on top of the little hill here. It's dangerous to leave them. Okay, I think I might be able to. There we go. Ammo detonated. That was a very precise hit. A very precise hit. We are at 14 kills. That's another T10A. This time I didn't manage to detonate the ammo, although I did hit the right spot. I have launched smoke screen. I'll try to shoot on. I just shoot blindly, and maybe I hit something. Well, I hit the tracks and I killed the driver. Okay. Could have went into ammo, but it didn't, for whatever reason. And we have a tank behind me. That's not good. This is not good. I have two tanks that are looking at me from both sides. One of them has to be destroyed. Okay, T10A destroyed. There's at least only one tank behind me. That is kind of going to be maybe problematic, but yeah, that's a M68 too. That has a very big gun. Okay, I launched the smoke, so I move. I will have to change positions here and move out. Let's go and move a little bit closer here, so I have uh-oh, well I was too slow, and this is not looking good because yeah, I can't rotate. The gearbox still not very good on this thing, and it didn't penetrate, although it should have penetrated, but okay. The M68 killed my driver. I might have a good shot below the turret. There we go. Set the tank on fire. And now I have to make sure that I disable this thing. Okay. It's still alive somehow, even though that shell should have went in and killed it. And now it doesn't want to put down the main gun, which sucks. Didn't really aim there. I aimed at the top part of the tank, but that shell basically did nothing. So that was a terrible shot. What's up with my gun not wanting to go where I'm aiming at? Yeah, that's terrible. They probably moved. That was terrible. No idea where the M68 went. Oh, they have been destroyed. Okay, well, let's go back to the original position. And this is where things go a bit wrong. Well, the main gun didn't wanna aim, and the tank got destroyed. Well, 17 kills though, still pretty good. Well, let's just finish up the match with the other vehicle. But again, the Leopard did really well. I really enjoyed the vehicle. It is a fantastic tank, honestly. It has such a good gun, so much speed, and the reverse speed is also extremely important. I used to rely on the reverse speed a lot in the past, but now I might start to rely a bit more on it again with the Leopard, because that's one of the key advantages of the tank. So very happy with its performance, very happy with how it behaves, and overall I'm very happy with the the tank in general, and that makes me very excited for the Leopard A1A1. That thing is also it should be ridiculously good, but we will see what will happen. Alright, well, that was it for the Leopard A1A1, for the Leopard 1, not the rank 13 one, but the rank the tier 6 one. And well, if you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time.